Alright you guys, welcome back to another match play. Today's going to be the last of the round 2s, and it's going to be an exciting round 2 game. Magnezone, the #1 overall seed, versus Gliscor, the #4 seed out of the first pod there. Magnezone coming up a 4-0 victory against Unknown, benched out Unknown after just a horrible draw for Unknown. And then Gliscor played probably the closest game of the tournament against Tyranitar. If you haven't watched that game, that's one I highly recommend. 8-7 that final, Gliscor barely squeaking out against Tyranitar. We realize I think that Tyranitar is a lot better of a deck than anticipated. Problem is it faced this beast, Gliscor. Now, this matchup is really interesting. And this is the one a lot of people circled on their brackets of like, hey, if there's going to be a big upset, this might be where it is. Because Magnezone is mostly, yes, comma, it is mostly weak to fighting. There are only 3 Pokemon in the deck that aren't weak to fighting, that aren't support Pokemon, and that's Emolga EX, Zapdos from Next Destinies, and Magnezone level X. However, 2 of those Pokemon that aren't weak to fighting, resistant to fighting, are also weak to lightning. So what Gliscor can do is Gliscor can get Jolteon out, and Jolteon can now all of a sudden hit, so all of the Gliscors can now hit Emolga and Zapdos and all the other Magnezones and stuff for weakness. So basically I'm getting hit for weakness all the time. Magnezone level X is really the only thing that can't be hit for weakness. But then again, Gliscor could get out the Fire evolution. It does play, I believe it does play a Flareon from Ancient Origins, and it plays a Flareon from Plasma Freeze, if I'm correct on that assumption. If not, that's probably something that should be changed. Double checking on that real quick on my other screen real fast while the game plays in the background, so bear with me. Probably should always have these lists up when talking about them, you know. Gliscor actually does not play the other Flareon. Sorry, it does play the Flareon that does change Stage 1s into Fire, though. So that is what another weakness is. So anyways, back to the game. I am getting out the Fighting Resistance ones. Those are nice, right? I'm getting out Emolga and Zapdos. That's what's going to have to, like, you know, carry me most of the way. Gonna need to kill any Eevee I see pretty much. Grady is going to go ahead and get that Darkness Grace off, presumably for Claydol, I would imagine. Easy onto the Emolga, interestingly enough. Maybe just trying to free up that bench space for something. Claydoling. Don't really need a lot here, but I will go ahead and Darkness Grace the Magnezone. And here's my mistake this game, I do believe. I get out the Energy Acceleration one. I am not a proficient Magnezone player whatsoever. I'm not a proficient player, mind you. If it's not Sableye, I can't beat it. Grady also did forget to put 10 damage on the Active Spiritomb. I don't think it matters much. But I think I should. Grady agreed after the game that I should have got the double supporter one instead of the Energy Rain one. And I think I got the Energy Rain one because I was really scared of not being able to hit one-shots, and I didn't want to hit a DCE, and I don't really know why I decided to go for this. I just felt like it was more important. This also kind of opened me up to, like, if I wanted to retreat out of the Spiritomb, I could attach and still be able to use an attack of some sort. But regardless, I do get hit with a Submission Hold. I'm going to dive from Poison going back into his turn. That's really scary. Especially because he has that Jolteon on the bench, so I do need a way to kind of retreat, and I am item locked. Got a Closet Power for 3, sorry, I have a Pikachu and a Judge. Yikes, just not a whole lot of things that I can do. Already just real scary. Let's see. Bill, Hexmaniac. I Hexmaniac myself so I can play all these items and whatnot. If I could have a way to, like, retreat and still use an attack, that would be awesome. So attach the Magnezone, attach there. What am I thinking? I need a knockout this turn. That's really what I need. Unfortunately, the Gliscor is weak to water. So, I don't know why I just passed there, because I could have used Darkness Grace onto the Magnezone. Man, so many misplays this game. This is why you don't hand me the #1 overall seed. And say, Alex, play this deck. Like, you're gonna have to figure this stuff out. I'm better at lock decks. I'm not better at energy rain decks. Never hand me Blastoise or Ember or anything like that. But then again, watch me play Moltres next week. Just because that sounds like a lot of fun. But anyways. Battle Compressor coming down. Discarding some Pokemon that he's not going to need. Submission Hold also coming down. The Uxie gets promoted pretty much just because I don't want anything else to take any damage here. I don't want him to lock Claydol on the active. I don't want him to deal damage to the Zapdos. Don't want him to kill either of those Magnezones, that's for sure. Got a Copycat and a Judge in my hand. Hard telling which one of the supporters will be better. But just alas for Magnezone hitting this hard counter deck. Gliscors and Jolteons everywhere, right? Like, oof. Oof, oof, oof. Hard telling what the play is here. You can never really tell which Gliscor is which. I should keep the list up and handy so I can reference it. I believe that Gliscor is Poison Ring, so it does 20 poisons and I can't retreat. That's what that Gliscor does. So it is going to stick the Uxie in the active. It is a questionable play on my part, especially since if I were to promote the Zapdos, it's hard for him to take a knockout anyways. But he goes ahead and uses the second attack Night Slash, which does 40, and you switch. So now I'm item locked. So probably going to Judge here, you would expect. That could be a solution. I do have a Max Push in my hand. I got a Judge. There's the attach, more Energy Rain coming down. And what do we do here? There's a Copycat. I don't know how many that's for. Judge would have been a good play as well. Kind of limiting Grady a little bit. Copycat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Raikou down. Hopefully I can just get some cheap one-shots with that. And a Cosmic Power for 4. There's that one of the 2 Metal Energies in the deck. It's for Magnezone level X. Something that I really did not utilize this game at all, that I definitely could have. Like I said, a lot of misplays were made this game. Metal Energy goes down to the Zapdos. A retreat happens, and I think I sniped the Jolteon for 50 there. It's gotta be what I do. Yep, sniped that for 50, so I say, hey look, you gotta get this knockout somehow. Night Slash is doing 60 double but then reduced, so he needs some other way to do 20 extra damage to Zapdos with Gliscor. Because right now it's not a knockout. Right now he only has 100 damage. But Skyla is definitely going to grab probably a Muscle Band, you would imagine. Yep, there's this Muscle Band hover, and that's what he gets. So it's going to be a retreat and a Night Slash for knockout. Probably back into the to the Spiritomb to item lock me. And just me really just suffering greatly from this item lock. Trump card gets played. Really kind of crippling me. If I don't have a supporter, I'm kind of stuck, right? I have a Beyblade, a Versus Secret Item Finder, a Sycamore in that hand. But yeah, there's going to be the retreat and the Night Slash for the knockout. Bring up a Magnezone. Oh, no, we're actually going to bring up the Uxie. And we're going to Rosies for 2 energies. Most likely. Oh, sorry, for a Lapras as well. I wonder what the Lapras will go for. Maybe a Twins? That could be it. A Twins is probably the answer, maybe. I don't have double supporter, but I need it. This is a turn where I could have imagined me needing a double supporter. It looks like I'm taking the Lapras back. We're trying to figure out what I want to get from the Rosie. So yeah, we do get the Lapras in the energy. Bench Dunsparce, attach, and go ahead and use Psychic Restore for 20, going into the Dunsparce to sack. So this is going to be most likely a just a straight knockout, strafe back into the Spiritomb. It'd be nice if Grady could have a Flowstone in the Spiritomb, so he wouldn't have to keep burning those energies. I think that's what he's going to try to dig for here. Doesn't need the Battle Compressor or the Fuji, that's for sure. That was a pretty easy Misty's Wrath. Gonna build for some extra cards. Really needs that Floatstone or Fluffy Berry down onto the Spiritomb so he can keep locking me and not burning resources. That would be his ideal line of play, I do believe. But anyways, yes, there was a lot of mistakes I made. I probably could have played this deck a little bit better. Could have gone to level X, make sure he couldn't one-shot me. Lapras looks like it's coming down maybe for the Skylar or the Karina. For the Mallow, even better. Mallow will no doubt grab him a Floatstone and maybe the Gust of Wind, actually. That would be, I think, his best play. Gust of Wind taking either the Energy Rain, Magnezone, or the Magneton on the bench. Energy Rain would probably be a little better, I would imagine. So, Gust of Wind and Floatstone would be the two cards I would grab here. Let's see if Grady agrees. Doesn't have he's got a big old hand. Maybe he can't Claydol here. That might be what it's actually looking like. I said that he's got a bill in his discard pile, so I think I asked him if he had the bill before he played the Mallow. Like if he had the Mallow, because did he bill into the Mallow is what I'm asking him. And I think he said no, so I might be willing to put 2 cards back or something. Who knows what he's doing. Oh, so he takes it all back. Oh, he just takes it all back and plays N. So never mind on the Lapras and whatnot, but I think that's what I would have done if he didn't bill into the Mallow. So he obviously billed into the Mallow. I think that's just kind of what it breaks down to. But an N comes down. I got 8, he got 5. Still haven't taken a prize yet. I think he's looking for, I would imagine, that Gust of Wind. But no, just takes a knockout. I promote Raikou and draw. So 8-4, Magnezone's in a lot of trouble. Teammates will be coming down. Presumably, I would bet you anything for the dual brains. There's at least one of them, and maybe some sort of Lysander effect. I would assume. Anyways, just to get out of the active, maybe it's a Hex. Maybe I get dual brains with Hex. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Kind of hard decision here. Oh, can't play Ultra Ball because of Hex. Oh, sorry, because of Spiritomb. I don't know what I'm thinking there. So teammates now we're gonna grab. Looks like dual brains. There it is. Play the Hex. Now we can play Atoms. All right, we're set up now. Maybe I take back the Hex because I'm only going to attach once per turn. Getting to maybe a Flowstone. Because if I can get my own Spiritomb down, attached to the Magnezone, I could switch for that. I think this is all, say, hey, I'm going to Energy Rain before I Hex. So that's why these are all going the way they do. This game is really funky, a lot of misplays going on. So maybe I do attach up there. So both those get energy range down. Or magnetic circuited. Should be the actual answer there. And there's a Windstorm and a Sycamore looking for an energy, or a Juniper looking for an energy and probably a Gust. That'll put me in a good position. Looking through that deck. Discard of mine, not seeing a whole lot. Retriever, the Zapdos down. A retreat into the Zapdos. And is that going to be a pass? Palpad. Shuffles back in. Hex. And oh, it is just going to be a pass. Whew. Don't know why I didn't go into the Blitzel there. He can just straight knock out the... Oh, you know what? He can't actually knock out the Zapdos because I hexed him. Hex will shut off that lightning, changing him into a lightning type. So that makes a lot of sense. It's got the Oaks. He's going to leave it over there. Sees that energy removal, sees that other metal energy, sees an escape rope. He's It's going to leave all that stuff over there. That big old discard of his. I thought that was his hand. I was like, whoa, damn. But still under Hexlock. Can't really do much. I think he's just going to Night Slash into the Spiritomb again. Versus Seeker looks like it's going for Rosie's, maybe? See how strong that Night Slash into Spiritomb can really be. And he's going to grab a Crobat. Or not a Crobat, wow. Wow! He's going to grab a Gligar. And just Night Slash right back into the Spiritomb. Here's a Lapras. I think the Lapras will go for Guzma, if anything. If I can get a... Yep, there's a Guzma. If I can get the Guzma down, plus a Snipe onto the Jolteon, that saves me big time. Judge what I want. I'm going to Cosmic Power first. I don't know why first. Bill. Let's see. We need 3 energies on there. There's one. Gonna need a DCE and Thousand Machine probably for the Bill or Computer Search. That's gonna be for a DCE, right? Right? Yeah, DCE, and then N, even better. So we're going 8 to 3. Gonna snipe the Jolteon for 2 prizes. If I can get a Goop off this, even that'd be even better. No Goop, it looks like. That would have been the other thing, but we are going to take the Jolteon for 2 prizes. So hopefully this Zapdos can carry us just a little bit. It's a steep hill to climb. Got a lot of EX prizes left on the board. He's got 3 prizes left. Not looking great. I'm going to need to be able to knock out that Gliscor down on the bench that's dealing 60-80 a turn. Going to need to get rid of that guy. There's a Field Blower, not really doing much, and then a Juniper. So, grading good control here. I just need him to avoid... I need to avoid a knockout here. If I can avoid a knockout here, a decent position, right? I could try to swoop the Lapras away for something else. I could have gone for the level X many times, but I did not because I'm an idiot. He does have a Computer Search. That's a Flowstone he's hovering. If he already has a way to bring something up to the active, I'm in a world of hurt. A world of hurt. He does have the Choice Band down, so he can take a knockout on like any of those EXs that are on the bench, realistically. Right? 40, 60, 90. Ah, easy. So we will grab a Floatstone, and then there's a Skylip, presumably for a Gust of Wind. Yeah, we're going to take the double supporter one that I didn't grab a long time ago with 2 energies on it. I still have Energy Rain, so yay at least, but he will Gyro Ball, or not Gyro Ball, but Night Slash into the Spiritomb again. Oh boy. So, bring up Raikou. I'm not quite sure why the Raikou gets promoted, but he is down to 1 prize left. Could just take a knockout anywhere. I need like an N and a Hex or something. It is rough going. So let's see how much time's left. Yeah, we still got quite a bit of time left though. So you never know. You never know what can happen. Just peek to see how this game ends up. A Karina is the supporter of choice this turn. Gonna grab a Super Energy removal. Not quite sure what good that does me right now. Well, considering I can't play any items. Needed to Hex that turn. I also didn't take the Spiritomb knockout at all. I was always item locked this game. I think that was a big issue for me. I didn't bother trying to take that knockout. I needed to. I was so focused on that Jolteon, I think. But regardless, gonna Karina. Don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe I'm taking everything back. Not even gonna Karina. Alright, gotta catch up what I'm doing here. I'll retreat into here. Gonna Hex. Energy removal. Hopefully you just can't do a lot of damage. I think that's really all I need. It's just to prevent him doing damage. Hard telling where this 50 is gonna go. 50 goes on to the Gliscor for next turn. Sage's training is his first supporter of choice. Or it's his only supporter, sorry, I did hex him, so he can't play the second. What does Grady grab from the Sages? That is a really hard decision he's making. He's thinking long and hard about this. Energy and Premier Ball, I think he might have... Is there a way you can get knockout this turn onto the Zapdos, maybe? Don't know. It's kind of hard to get a knockout on the Zapdos, I bet you. I think he's looking through to see which Gliscors he wants. This deck is not bad. Gliscor is not a bad deck. It's like a direct counter deck. I don't think it beats other stuff, but it does hit a lot of things for weakness. So there's that. I get paralyzed. I think it's paralyzed and poison. Doesn't have the energy on there. That's why. So I'm trying to figure out the math, I think, on that. So he does level X, paralyzed, poison. So yeah, we're trying to figure out how much damage it does. Okay, we're good. We're back in it now. I'm not item locked this turn, so that's awesome. I really hate that Gliscor's weak to water. Would have been a different story had it been weak to lightning, I think. But looking at my hand, I really just don't know what I want to do with this this turn. I'm really piloting Magnezone poorly. Attachment down to the Magnezone. If I can get retreat and level X, I think that's just what I'm trying to do. Swoop teleport. Well, why didn't I swoop? Oh, bench of Magnemite and swoop it, apparently. Maybe I'm just trying to thin. Maybe I want that Lapis out so I can scoop it up. Who knows what we're digging for here. I think I fail it. Yeah, we're just trying to get cards out of my hand. Trying to leave that on the bench for an Uxie. Leave that open. We really don't need another Magnezone right now. Mallow is going to be the supporter of choice. Pretty good here, I would imagine. But it's scary because he can just, it's so easy for him to take a knockout somewhere. I'm probably going to get a knockout this turn, but Grady's probably going to end next turn. I can't retreat, so I'm going to need a Mallow I'm going to need to grab a Mallow for like an escape rope or a switch. Oh, we saw the escape rope in the prizes, actually, so gonna need to grab switch. Gonna go ahead and Mallow. Let's see, scoop up, actually. Scoop up will be the thing of choice. Gonna go ahead and letter for these two. We are gonna grab a knockout. If I could have grabbed a level X this turn, that would have been great. There's a level X. So I finally got the knockout, finally got the level X going. We finally did what this deck's supposed to do, but just way too late because Grady can just take a knockout kind of whenever he wants on any of these bench Pokemon. I'm going to need to find a way to get something else out. He goes for Gligar. He's probably going to evolve here. Oh, there's the the Claydol. What do we hit? It's going to look like there's an Uxie in the hand. There is a Guzma. I saw the Guzma. Maybe that's not a Guzma? I don't know. There's a Karina down. First supporter, mind you. There's a Laser, Lysander, and that's going to do the knockout. Pester will take the knockout. That does do damage there. So, Magnezone goes down. That's how it went down. A poor play from me and fighting weakness. That's really how it went down. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good one.